Hi friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Trisha here. Today we're going to go on to recipe 4 out of this amazing book, and I'm going to try the cinnamon rolls. So everything I've made so far has been pretty good. The muffins and the bagels are our absolute favourite. White bread. Yeah, I probably would make that again. I'm going to try and make these cinnamon rolls. Okay, so the recipe calls, got the book here, recipe calls for 1.5 cups of lukewarm water. I actually made another batch of this up and I didn't have any more milk powder, so I'm substituting the water for milk. And that's 1.5 cups of milk going in. Alexa, off please. I just want to check the temperature of that again. You don't want it over 45 or you'll kill your yeast. We're about 42 there, 41, 42. So it's going to work out fine. And we need 1 tablespoon of active dry yeast. But as you know, I use the instant, so we need 2 teaspoons. We need 2/3 amount of instant yeast to active. We'll put 2 teaspoons in. And yeast. And I'm going to give that a wee bit of a whisk. Don't really have to, but I just like mixing it in. Just make sure every granule gets covered. And we also need 2 eggs. And our hens are laying again, so our partner dates them. So we know how long they've been in the house. 2 wee hens, hinge and bracket. I'm just going to use the same bowl I had my milk in. So. And pretty good eggs. Okay. There's a little bit of a beat up. And we're going in on top of the milk and the yeast. Okay, and we also need a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil or melted margarine. I'm just going to go with the vegetable oil. 1/4 cup of that's going in. Okay, I'm just going to give that a wee bit of a mix. Okay, so that's mixed together. So now I'm going to add 5 cups of this hot roll mix, and I've fluffed it up as usual. Just get something in there and give it a good fluffing up so that you're not lifting all that compacted flour into your cups. And just hoping I've got enough here. This will probably be my 3rd batch of making this up, which shows you how good it is. So we need 5 cups. That's 1. 2, 3, 'I'm just going to about have enough here. 4, and that's 5 cups going. And I've got a little bit left here if I need any. Oops, if I need any more. So we'll just get this mixing. Okay, so I'm just going to scrape down the edges here. And the way I'm going to do that is to actually take it off. Don't you be falling. And just scrape it all down in. It all needs mixed into it. And you can tell by feeling that it's going to need another little bit. I'll put that on. And I'm going to actually, before I start it up again, I'm going to add another wee half cup. And I'm going to get this incorporated now, and I'm going to let it knead with the mixer for about 6 minutes. And once that's finished, I'll bring you back. Okay, so I'm just going to flour the worktop here lightly. I don't have any of my mix left. So we'll just do a little bit of plain flour and get this out. Now it's going to be like the rest of the doughs, knead it, and then it's going back into that bowl, and it's going to have to sit until it's doubled in size. So that's the only thing about making your own. Alexa, timer off please. That's the only thing about making breads. It's all the proving and rising times and baking times, but that's the joy of it, isn't it? It's not meant to be rushed. But sometimes I can't help it, just want to get things done sometimes. And I'll pull that all out. That is indeed a stiff dough. And that's off the bottom. And same as always, I'm just going to put some oil straight into my bowl here. Just ordinary vegetable oil. Just put a good wee bit of oil in there. Not hurt anything. And a wee bit of flour over my hands. And we'll get the kneading this. Just give it a good stretching until it all comes together into like a soft dough. You're pushing it away from yourself and stretching out. Or you can, I used to like to use both hands. I'm just making the glutens form. As I say, everybody does this differently. Or this way. Oops. That needs work still. It's still a wee bit sticky. Once it starts to lose its stickiness, then you know that you've kneaded it long enough. And just incorporate that. You're just turning it each time, pulling it over itself and pushing away. could be upper body workout for you. That's a lovely dough. It's not sticky anymore. So you know you've worked it enough. So it's going straight in here. And flip it over again. Make sure you get all the way around the sides. And I'm going to cover this. And usual story, it's going in the hopper. Okay, so this dough's been sitting and it's doubled in size. So it says to, the flour's got a hole in it. Lightly flour your surface. And we'll get this out of here. Punch it down. Get all the air out of it. And I'm just going to give that a wee kneading just to incorporate all that oil. And it'll also deflate it. And this is going to a 12 by 24 oblong. A bit more flour. I don't want to stick to me. The flour on top. And I'm going to roll this all out. 12 inches by 24 inches. And that's why I'm doing it on the end of the counter here, so if it goes too far one way, then I'll be able to manage it. A bit more flour in here. And just a little bit over the top. And to say if your dough doesn't want to roll, then you're supposed to leave it, let it sit until it rests. But let's see how we get on with this. Bigger pockets. Yeah, it's not want to play ball with me, so I'm going to let it rest here for just a little while. Just make sure there's a bit of flour underneath there. And we'll give this time to relax just for a minute. Okay, we'll give this a wee bit of time to sit there, so I'm going to keep on rolling, and you'll find it's easier to roll if you let it rest. And it's starting to play ball with me now, so now, let's see. So that way is about perfect. This way is far too short. So what I'm going to do is put a wee bit more flour there, and I'm going to crown this way. So I'm rolling away from myself. You want it about twice as long as it's wide. down to 1/4 inch. Neaten that corner up and take it a bit further this way. That line straight. Okay, so what are we at? 12, about 24 and just over 12. So I'm going to call that good. Actually, just a wee bit there, because it might be a wee bit thick there. I think that's about dead on. So it says for about 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm just going to brush that all over the top and just make sure every bit gets some of your butter on it. A lot of people I see doing this with just softened butter, but it's a learning curve for me, so I'll just do the way the recipe has suggested. I think that's going to be enough. And the recipe actually asks for 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, but 2 teaspoons to me would not be enough. So I'm going to put a good lot on here. We love our cinnamon. And some brown sugar. And I made this brown sugar, it's got molasses in it, so it'll just give it a wee bit extra flavour. And I'm going to get my hands into this and even it out a bit, because you want a good wee bit of that flavour on every bit. Don't be afraid to get your hands into it. And stretch out a wee bit there. What do you think, guys? Do you think I've got enough cinnamon in there? We love cinnamon, so you can never have too much, I suppose. Okay. I'm going to take a chance, put a little bit more in. There we go. Quite enough. Now, this is the bit that I'm probably unsure about. It says to roll it from the longest side in on itself. So just start a roll. And roll the whole thing up. It's actually thicker in the middle, so I'll just give it a squeeze. And just keep rolling until you get right to the end there. And let it come over, and I'm going to pinch those seams. I don't want them all to come undone on me. Just give them a quick pinch. Right down to the end. Over, and just shape it a bit. And the end ones aren't going to look pretty, but hey ho. Nothing gets thrown out in this house, let me tell you. I just run my hand up and down it just to form it. And it says to put them straight onto a greased tin. So I've got a big greased tin here, just lightly greased it. And I reckon I need a good sharp knife. This is actually the sharpest knife in the house. And how many does it say to cut this into? 24. So I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to cut it into 4, 8, 12. I'm going to cut it into thirds. And I want them a wee bit bigger, so I'm not going to be cutting them down just as much as what they say. I'm going to cut them into, I mean they say 4, but I think 3 would be enough, because farmer boys like big portions, and so does farmer girls, so that knife's actually really good for cutting, and it's actually a boning knife, but it's been well washed. It goes through the dishwasher every time, so there's no chance of any meat residue on it. And I haven't cut that one too well, so right. What do you think? Just looks like that. And I'm going to put them facing one way and probably touching. Just give them a wee bit of room between each to rise. God, they smell gorgeous already, guys. I hope you're enjoying this wee series. I mean, I'm getting pleasure out of it, but I don't want to bore you. But this is all new to me. Like, never thought I'd be making breads, and to be honest, I'm really enjoying it. These little straggly ones, the smaller ones, they're going on the end. They're not going to look pretty, but I'm sure they'll just taste lovely. And these two can be mine. I'll put them up there at the top. Alright, so I'm going to cover this up now and let it rise for about half an hour. And then these are going in the oven and I'll bring you back then. Okay, so these have been sitting and they've got big. They have doubled in size. Good enough for me. So my oven, I've put it on at 180. The book says 190, but my oven runs hotter because it's a fan oven. So I've turned it down 10 degrees. And these are going straight in. And they're going to be in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Then we'll bring you back and see what deliciousness they turn into. So they're going in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes and I'll rotate the trays halfway through because there's part of my oven that's hotter than the other side, so I don't want to get them all burnt on one side. Alright, I'll bring you back whenever I'm bringing them out. Keep fingers crossed that they turn out well, okay? See you soon. Okay, so these cinnamon rolls have been in the oven for about 25 minutes now. And as I said, I kept my temperature down to 180. And let's have a look. That's hot. Oh my goodness. I just turn that off. What do you think, guys? What do you think? The tops have come up because probably I've put them too close together. But I think they look grand and it actually smells amazing in here. I'm really happy with those. There's a few little funny ones, like this one. It's like a little caterpillar. Oh, I'm happy enough for those. The book says to make up like a white glaze to put over them, like a vanilla. It's actually icing sugar, milk, vanilla essence, and to make a glaze for them. But to be honest, we're not really fond of really sweet stuff like that. So I reckon the boys would probably just rather have these heated the way they are with a slab of butter on them. And I reckon that's the way I'm going to leave them. I'm going to give them a wee quick glaze just with some melted butter. And I left it in here to keep it soft. I'm just going to give them a wee glaze. And I'm not going to put the sweet icing on. I think the boys would prefer them like that. I can't wait to try one of these. I'm learning something new. Every recipe out of this book, it's like stuff I haven't made before, so I'm enjoying learning new stuff. And hopefully you do these things once, you get better at them. Well, hopefully. But I'll tell you something, the kitchen absolutely smells gorgeous in here. Just the smell of cinnamon and brown sugar and that bit of molasses coming through in the sugar. You can smell it all. Okay, so that's that all done. What do you think, guys? I think they're spot on. And as I say, these have probably risen because I've probably put them too tight together in here. But I'm sure they'll taste good. And as I said, nothing gets thrown out in this house. So we'll let this cool down a wee bit, and I'll try one of these wee peculiar shaped ones here. These little ones on the end. Let's pull them apart. Oh my goodness. They smell so good. Oh, it's hot. I don't know if I'm going to chance biting into that because I think it might burn me. But they say I've got asbestos fingers here. That's going to be hot. This was the wee end bit. And it's gorgeous. It tastes the butter and cinnamon. Very good. Oh my goodness. Really nice. Okay, so they are lovely. Really nice. They're quite sweet with the brown sugar. I mean, they are strange looking, but for my first attempt, I think they'll do okay. And the taste's gorgeous. So that's the English muffins were a huge hit. Bagels, even better. We all love those. White bread. Yeah. I think it's because we're not used to eating that sort of bread. We're just used to eating like the oblong sliced off the shelf bread. But it's tasty. It is good, like. And it's lovely toasted. And those cinnamon rolls are really nice. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you liked the video, give me a wee thumbs up and even consider subscribing to my channel. It would help my wee channel out tremendously. Alright, so I wish it was smell-o-vision. You could smell these. They're such a lovely smell. So I'm going to go and enjoy one of these. And you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.